because we like to go live on multiple channels, except for we need to do this for we also change a couple things here. DevLog 5. This is DevLog 5. Camera on characters. We're gonna hopefully see if we can get this camera on characters within the next 45 minutes. That is possible. What, probable? I don't know. It's possible. Don't know if it's gonna actually happen. We'll see if we can get it to happen though. Because if we can get that to happen, we are on our way and cruising to doing great things. So, checking audio. Audio is good. We are good with stuff. Let me play some music in the background because we like some nice chiptune arcade music. How does that sound? Chiptune arcade. And let me turn the music down for myself because it's pretty loud. Okay, so we have very subtle background music happening, and we are going to get started. All right, so off screen, what have I done off screen? 'Cause I do a lot of work on this thing off screen. This game that I'm making. I don't know if you want to call it a game because this might not even happen, but I'm working on skills to be able to do stuff in said game. So what we have here, yesterday, when we live streamed, we were able to get characters spawning into our game. I also changed a bunch of viewing angles, so our viewing angles are a little bit better in the game and everything. But we're gonna change the actual camera today, so we can fix the camera. So, character spawns in. What I did in the other time is I made it so we flip and have animations. Look at this little kitty cat go. He can move, he can go, he can fly, I don't know. He can do whatever he wants because he's a boss now. So he can now, oh wait, can I get that? There we go. So I can run and I do like all these fun little animations. I got a cool character. Also, if you didn't watch my previous video for devlogs, we also made it so we have a second character that pops in for a second controller, so we can have two controllers working separately that both do the little jumpy jumps, so we can do whatever we want. I'm trying to operate two controllers right now, and it's not skilled at that. I just talk to Somalian if you want some double controller skilledness. All right, but we have that going on. So today we want to work on viewport. How are we gonna do viewport? We're gonna set a variable viewport based on our characters and where they are, and like a fluff around the edges of that. So how are we gonna do? I think we're gonna start from game. We're gonna add a viewport to our game, and what that is gonna do is it's going to probably trying to think how to do this. I think what we do is we're gonna add, okay, let's add viewport. Actually, wait, let me see. Oh, okay. Let me think for a second. So game settings, I want to look at game settings. So game settings, we have a VBox and a grid container. We use these two objects to be able to spawn in a bunch of different things in the game and whatnot. So I think we should, I also just noticed another thing we could do to like our game to make it like awesome. But we're not gonna worry about it right now. I need like my next to-dos. So let me just do a big to-do kind of thing at the top. To-do. So today we're gonna do camera. So we're gonna do a camera scene kind of thing. Actually, I kind of wonder if I could like knock down make like a whole Excel spreadsheet of just knocking things off our list of to-dos. But today, I'm just gonna write down our to-do, which is input start button. So it puts the start screen up and everything. All right, so with that said, let's get to it. So I think we want to get a VBox, whatever. Actually, I don't know. Maybe we don't need a box. Let's just do, where is it? Game, add child node, camera, or no. Camera. We don't want a 2D camera. What's the difference between a viewport and a sub-viewport? Okay, abstract base class for viewports encapsulates drawing and interacting with a game world. Sub-viewport, an interface to a game world that doesn't create a window or draw to the screen directly. Can you use for displaying the contents of a sub-viewport? Kind of wondering if we want a view or Can we like create this, change the type? Because it looks like it's not letting us create a viewport. It won't let us do it. Okay, we're gonna change it to sub viewport. And this is gonna be rename camera. There's gonna be a multiplayer, or no, yeah. All character camera? No, or I don't know. We're just call it viewport. Or maybe call it global viewport, maybe. All right, let's call it global viewport. And then under this, we're gonna add a camera 2D. Our camera 2D is going to change. Little players. I'm gonna see if there's somebody out there that kind of has like a little thing they can start off with for this. Because if we can get that started, that'd be awesome. And hey, how are you doing there, Josh Jablowski? We are right now programming a game. If you just came in, I can't see timestamps sadly, so I can't see when people actually join and do stuff. We have a game where our character, actually this is gonna glitch out because I have two characters. I also need to have randomly spawning area, or have a spawn area where like the players spawn in. That's another to-do I gotta do. All right, but if I have, here, let me restart this, expand this. When I have a character spawns in, like it does this, I need to make it so like my camera focuses on the player with a margin around it, basically. So we're gonna try to do that in Godot here. This is what we're programming in, is Godot. All right, so we want to make a camera, make the camera 2D as a child of the player. No, that's stupid. Gosh darn, all these people do not know how to do the correct cameras. Because I want it to follow the player, but not be on the player. And everyone is making it follow the player. And we do not want it to do that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can find the position of our player. Position smoothing here. Actually, let me press play. Let me go to remote here. So basically what I can do is I can actually make it so I can see what our positioning is of this player. Right there, you can see that we have a node 2D position. So we want to be able to grab that position, and we want to basically make it so we can focus the camera on that and lerp between, or whatever it's called, lerping? I don't know. Also, I just noticed I have some code here that I need to comment out. I have this print statement here that we do not need. Let me get rid of that, because it's just printing lineaging all the time. So yeah, I just want to fix that. All right, so we're going to attach a script to be, this is the, this is gonna be global camera script. That's what it's gonna be. So global camera script. What we're gonna do with this global camera script is we're going to basically try and grab the player's position. So what we're gonna do? How do we grab the player? The player is instantiated upon the creation of a thing. So we need to, like, on every process, we need to get tree, I think, dot, what does call group do for us? Or get, I think we need to get both players, take the maximum X, I'm trying to think of this process. Basically, here, let me just type this out in, like, I don't know, something code. So we're gonna get maximum XY value of both players. So, and that be in the maximum in both directions. Maximum XY in both directions, and we're gonna set that plus a little bit. That plus, like, I don't know, 50 pixels as our buffer. So we're gonna set that kind of thing as our buffer. That way we can see both the, or that way we can grab that. So we need to do get tree dot, or actually no. for x in get tree dot get multiplayer get get nodes in group, and the group is going to be players. Or actually we have a global variable of players. Let me see. Setting our game settings dot player. Yeah, players. We have a actual game settings dot players, which is this. It's a array of players. So we're gonna get those players and get all of their positions. So with that said, it's easier said than done. We gotta get for that, and we got players. Let me just print X for now. So this is gonna print a bunch of just stuff for us. So yes, we can see that we have one player. If I grab a second player. There, now we have 2 players. We have character at 2 and player 2. Okay, so that's good. We got 2 players. All right, so now we need to do x dot these players. So we need to get these a player. Okay, a player contains a position, which is that. So we need to grab that position. So player dot position. We're gonna do this like ourselves, and then we're gonna see if there's like some, I don't know, maybe on my free time I'll see if there's a better way to do this. Player dot position. Actually, I think it's just like that, right? Here, let me just print this. Player print x dot position. Let's just do the position. Let's just see if that prints. All right. Invalid index of position. Is position a coordinate plane kind of thing? Yes. Excellent. We have ourselves positionings. All right. So we got 4x in the position. So we need to do maximum. So we need max max x, max y, oops, max y, max x, down x. I guess let's do up x, up y, and max down x, max down y. Let's do those. We're gonna variable those. Var that, var that, var that. So we're gonna create these variables, and these variables are gonna be set initially to our game's size or whatever. What's our game size or transform? Oi, game, what is the size of the screen? I think I have it in here actually. Project settings. Size of our window is 800 by 450. 800 by 450. So let's go to our global camera, which let's move our global camera to a different script area. Our global camera equals that, equals 850 by 400. Equals 0, equals 0. I can't actually remember if, what is, like, will it tell me what positioning is what? Oh, whoops. So this is position. So this is the. Oh, is it 800 by 450? It might be 800 by 450. Let me just double check that. Is it 800 by 450? Okay, let me fix that really quick. It's 800 by 450. Actually, this is going to be 800 by 450. 50. And then this is going to be 0, and this is going to be 0 because we're working in a different direction. All right, so we have 0, 0, 800 by 450. We need to set the. We need to set this. That'll be the maximum. Let's set. How are we setting this? This is self dot position equals actually, how do you get the positioning? Like, what is the camera's positioning? Because it needs to adjust its angle more like. That's like the actual thing that needs to happen with it. So let me go grab, let me look at this. So we have position X, position Y. But we need to adjust its zoom. Ooh, this is gonna be a very weird dynamic camera because I thought I could just like adjust its aspect ratio basically the whole time. Hello Ishmael, how are you doing? I'm trying to think, how would I adjust this camera to expand and detract and stuff like that? That's gonna be very interesting. We need, what do we need to do here? Because camera, viewport. So viewport's gonna be 800 by 450. Size 2D override is the subport. If either the width or height is 0, the override is disabled. I need to adjust the screen scaling? Is that how I'm doing it? Oh gosh. What properties? I was almost thinking I could just be like whoop, whoop, like move it, but I can't really do that. How to get a dynamic camera in Godot to focus multiple players at once. I need it to focus on multiple players. Dynamic camera targeting. Is there like this collision, the camera? All right. Let me see what these people do for their cameras. So this is like an anchor camera, extends camera 2D. Zoom.x. Ah. So it is zoom.x, or like, so we're using the zoom to adjust things. I think that's what we're doing. I wish I could see the global camera thing. And also, oh, this is having a hard time. Let me quickly just, it's setting the game camera. We need the game camera to be the viewport. So we need to change. What do you get and do for $500 joining as a member? I would suggest not doing joining as a member if I were you. I would just take that money and probably just buy assets and stuff like that for our future games that we're trying to do here, but I would not do that if I were you. I literally have that there as a joke, like a whale joke. If you are a person that likes to throw money away at people, go for it. But other than that, don't do it. because it's, yeah. This is Godot, so I'm actually programming Godot's own language thing. It kind of looks like Python, very Python-y looking, with a couple syntax things from like Java or other stuff, but like it looks like Python for the most part. Oh gosh, I'm trying to figure out how I do this. I think I need to grab position.x. Can I do like position.x and that will print out the x position? Let me just check that. It does. That grabs the x position. All right, the x position. I feel like that sounds like something. That's the one one's credit card. I don't care. No, do not do that to your parents. Please do not do that to your parents. That is not a good thing to do. That is definitely not a good thing to do. Like it's not friendly to anybody. Cause like your mom would, yeah. Don't do that. Just don't do that. You can add me on Discord. There's no reason for me to add you on Discord. You can join our Discord server though, if you want. A 4x in game layers position. Okay, so we're going to do. Let's do if x or I'm kind of tempted. Let's call this. Let's do it. Make it say a separate function. We're gonna make it a separate function that called get max camera. I think I'm gonna, yeah, that's what I'll call it. Get max camera. We're gonna do get max camera. Ugh, if I can type. So in this function, let me pass this really quick so I don't break stuff. We're going to 4x. We're gonna do this 4x. Initially, we're going to grab. So initially we're gonna grab if game settings dot players, or if length of game settings is greater than 0. So we're gonna have a base case here. So in the base case that there is at least one player, we're gonna set our camera view to be on that character. So we're gonna do basically all of this stuff right here. We're gonna boom that all to the character. Whoops, I did that wrong. To so this is gonna be player dot. Gosh darn. Yeah. So we're gonna do game setting dot players. We're gonna do 0 dot position dot x, and then so we're gonna set basically this camera to on that player, just like literally just on that player. So then it will move according to that player. Or these need to be Y. So those will be Y, those are X. So we basically grab the character camera and just whoop, and go to the player. Then, so that's just a base case for basically when we first instantiate this. We're gonna do get max camera. That will work for just when we first start up the game. Then when every single frame, we're gonna call get max camera. Get max camera, and that will do this loop because there will be players in the scene most likely, so I'll do this loop then. So 4x in a game players dot or the game settings dot player if max, or no, if player, or if x dot position dot x. I need to actually change this. For player in game settings. So for player dot position dot x is greater than I'm trying to think, because this could be in the negative direction. This one needs to be less than. If that's less than max, this is the upper. Actually, I probably should call this max upper left. This upper left x. This will be upper left y. This will be upper or down left x. Down left y. Or right y. Because it's going to be upper left x and y and down right x, y. So that's what the two things we're taking, and we're going to pull those, or like set those. So if player.position x is less than upper left x, we're going to set that to this person. This is actually player though. Player set that. Identifier upper max upper left x. Oh yeah, I need to let me fix these really quick. I just changed the how I these do not need to be bars. These can be separate variables. They're just taking that global and putting that in there. Okay, so if upper left x, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Now we're just literally copying and pasting this like a bunch of times. We need to do this 4 times. The player dot y and flip these to be greater than. This will be upper left y, and this will be no, I don't want that. This will be down left or down right x, and this will be down right y. This will be y. This will be y. This will be y. Needs to be greater than. All right, y, x, x. That's x. This is y, x, 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 x. Y, x, x, x. All right, so basically that will set all of that to the other stuff. Then with all of that, we gotta set our zoom to, oh gosh. This is where I don't even know how zoom will work in this thing. Let me see here. If I grab my camera, zoom, how does zoom work? All right, the camera zoom. A zoom of vector blah 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 doubles the size of the screen in the viewport. A zoom of blah 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 halves the screen size in the viewport. Does not take zoom into account. This means that zooming in out will cause bitmap font and rasterized blah blah blah. Oh, so that's a different kind of viewports. Let me go check this upper thing right here. So this is like size. So this is the width and height of the sub viewport must be set to a value greater than or equal to 2 pixels on both dimensions, otherwise nothing will be displayed. And then this override is a TZ of the subport. Either the width, the height is override disabled. Okay. I'm guessing we're okay with just the camera, and we're gonna have to figure out how to dynamically zoom in and out based on that. What's offset? The camera's relative offset using for looking around or shake cameras. The offset camera can go past the limits undefined. Okay, ignore rotation, enable. This is limit. We don't need limits. The camera's view smoothly moves towards its target at Position, move, smoothing, speed. Let's do that. We'll do 5 pixels a second. Rotating, smoothing. The picture view smoothly rotates via blah blah blah. We don't need rotation. So this is position relative to the parent's node. We need to like move our camera. We could move our camera in this function. So self dot position. So we could move our camera to the center between max x and down max whatever minus each other divided by 2. Why is my dog barking? Give me a second. Give me 1 second, guys. Hello? I'm back. Okay. Sorry, I just dog barking at. I guess somebody was putting something on our doorknob. All right. So we want the position to be basically we basically want to take this minus, wait, no, I think we want the other one. We want this minus this, and then divide by 2. That will give you the center. And self dot position dot y is equal to divide by 2. Let me just grab these. So it's gonna be max upper left. And do that with. Oh, I just realized that these are wrong. We need max down right x down right y upper left y there. I think that saves all of our whatever stuff, and it's gonna be down or upper left or y, yeah, upper left y. All right, x is upper or down right x minus down or upper left x divided by 2. That will get you the center of those two, I believe, right? Take that farthermost, and you must subtract it from that one. But if that's in a negative direction, it would add to it. No, it'd be fine because that'd be in the negative direction as well. So I think that should be fine. And then that should be there. Okay, I think that looks good. Oh, what did I just mess this up? Max down right x. All right, so we have all of that set. We need to figure out how we actually set our camera to that. Godot set main camera. Selecting the default camera. Is there a ignore rotation enabled? Is there something about like what? Okay, hello everyone. I'm having trouble setting up the default camera. I have a camera inside a so you can imagine is the only one in the scene. Blah. Maybe. If you keep seeing the splash screen only, okay, these people are horrible. How to change the default camera. Your 2D nodes are children of the canvas layer, which means they won't move along with the camera. To solve this, move your 2Ds out of the camera. How to make a 2D camera? Here, can I just like try to make this main camera? Create in your main world scene, attach a remote transform to the entrance to the remote path. Target node dot set position, you get position, change the make the camera. Aha! In the camera, define the exported variable with a node 2D, which is blah blah blah. Select the camera 2D node from the scene. Customize the 2D camera movement. How to enable moving camera. You can activate that. How to set the camera's boundaries. Okay. How to set the camera's zoom. Blah blah blah. Common mistakes. Forget to enable the camera. We have the camera enabled. Control whether the camera can be active or not. If true, the camera becomes the main camera when it enters the scene and there's no active camera currently. Does my player have a camera on it? I think one of my players. No, there's no camera there, no camera there, no camera there. Meaning it theoretically should. Oh gosh. I broke my player script. Where's my player? Gotta move my player a little bit. Eee. Okay, it's not following my character, so I need to figure out why it's not doing that or something. If I go to my game, I wonder. You know what? I should just move my camera outside and just get rid of this global viewport. I think. Maybe yeah. There we are. Okay, it's not moving my camera though. My camera's positioning is still set as just the whatever default thing. I kind of want my camera's position to be like, I don't know. What's the camera? Every time it processes, it should get max camera. Let me just print stuff and just make sure this is print. Getting camera location. Let me just put that here and just like see if that's printing. All right, it's getting camera location, but it's not focusing on the player. All right, so if length of is greater than 0, let me just go debug this the rudimentary way. I just throw this in here and it should be getting camera location. So if length of the camera, we could just throw this in this function and get rid of that function. We could just do that. Wait. Hello, game that is letting us move. Okay, it's moving some, but not quite how we want it to move. Not quite how we want it to move. Whee! And then it falls off. Okay, so I think we have something wrong here. Let me see what's wrong. Okay, so initially, okay, it starts the game. We need fluff on the edges. We're just setting the positioning of the camera. Where is the position of the camera? Like the camera. So hard to. The camera is set right here on 0, 0. We need the positioning to be right here. I think we need to offset it, right? Yeah, we need to offset our camera by 800, 450. No, we need to do it by half of that. 400 by 225. Now set it in the center of the screen. It's going the wrong direction. Ooh, okay, I need this to go the other direction. Let me think about how we do this. Pull up the script. So we have the offset pretty good. That way we don't have to worry about offsetting it. All right, so let me also set this position right here. So position. Our position is equal to max down right X. So that would be like 850 by 850 if it was there, minus up left X. So that'd be 0 divided by 2. I don't think it's factoring in negatives in this. I think that's what's going on here for a second. All right, so the position, basically you just need to focus on the player's position. Player position is there. We know what the player's X and Y is. So we need it to just focus on, here, let me just comment this out and just see if it will focus, or actually, Control C, comment out. Let me just focus it on literally just player. Let's see if that centers it. 1 second, I gotta position next. Let me just see if that focuses on player. It does not focus it on the player. Well, it does. Not in the way we like it to focus. Let me just comment this whole chunk out so it doesn't interfere. I just want this to center. Ah, look at that. Okay, so that's the top of player, I think, right there. So it's setting. Wait, where's players? 370. 400, 225. It is setting it fairly close to that point. But it's not doing the offset correctly? Wait, let me just... Maybe let's reset the offset really quick and just try it again. Aha! So we don't want the offset. Okay. I want... I think I'm just gonna have it just literally don't do these steps right here. Instead, do these steps. That will at least set it to the player. Then we have to do a whole... Okay, player... Basically, for X and player, so we grab the player. We have the player's X and Y set to these values. They're set to that value if there's only one player. Actually, wait, but we want it to move with... I think you need to reset the positioning every single time. Yeah, we need to reset this positioning every time. Else, it would be like rubber banding. Can you still use a Township tail command runner? I haven't played in a long time. It's kind of moved to the tavern. It's kind of hard to use as of right now, so that's kind of like the status of a Township tail. I haven't played it myself in a while, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this whole ready function. We don't need it to be ready too much per se. All right, so get max camera. We're gonna grab these values. So max X, max Y. I really need to think about this for a second. Actually, wait, did my wife just message me that she's on her way? We got 15 minutes. Frick, we got 15 minutes before we gotta go. Okay, I'm gonna be a nerdy person right here and put this next to my chest so I can actually feel it vibrate when my wife is ready to get picked up. Okay, for players. If there's only one player, we basically set I'm thinking we literally just set these equal to... All right, let's do this. If length of game settings dot players is greater than 0, this is gonna be all encompassing. We're gonna do this whole function. Else pass. This will make it so we don't accidentally rubber band, basically. When there's an active player, it will set the camera to that player and it will keep it there, basically. So we're gonna initially set this to we're gonna set this to player dot 0 dot x, or what was it, dot position dot x, and then that's gonna be position dot x. This is gonna be y. So these ones will be y. That makes it so we focus in on player 1 no matter what, if we skip this whole function. But for each player, we're gonna grab that and just be like, okay, if player position is less than this, which top left corner should be 0, 0, I'm pretty sure. So basically, if it's less than that, we're gonna set that to bottom or the upper left. If it's great, or if it's less than y, set it to y. If it's greater than x, we're just gonna set it to the bottom right. Set y to the bottom right. So now we have 2 far points if there's more than 1 player. So then we gotta have those. So we get position x. How we have those is we take the larger number, subtract it by, oh gosh. I don't remember. How would you do this? Take the larger number. You do the half between those 2 points. So if that's 1, okay, say x is 0 and this is 5. 5 minus 0 is 5. Divided by 2 would be there. Or if it's negative, I don't know, negative 5, and the other one's negative 2, negative 5 minus negative 2 would be negative 3 divided by 2. We don't want the divide by 2. We do want to divide by 2. Wait, negative 5. Alright, in the case of 0, okay, we gotta do a whole bunch of use cases here. So 5, 0. X. 5 minus 0 is 5. Divided by 2 would be there. We want to center it on those 2. So we do have to divide it by 2 in that use case. Let's say if we have a negative category. So we got negative 5, which is the extreme over here, negative 2 over here. So we take negative 2 minus negative 5, meaning that would output, oof, gosh darn it, trying to do math here. Negative 5, negative 5 minus, wait, no. Negative 2 minus negative 5. That would output 3 divided by, it doesn't work in the negative direction. Am I doing my math right? Do I need to get a piece of paper out? I need to get a piece of paper out. Sometimes you just gotta get paper out and you just gotta work it through. I think that's what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, I have a piece of paper. We're gonna do this mathematically. Alright. So, you have a negative 5. Or here, can I just do this in paint so you guys can see? One second. Alright, so we have negative 5 over here, negative 2. What we're going to do is going to do negative 2 minus negative 5, meaning we're just plussing 5, which that would be equal to 3. But 3 does not lie in this coordinate. It would be negative 3. Because negative 3, that wouldn't work. That just wouldn't work. I don't know. Okay, how do we do this? Okay. Maybe we gotta add them. Divide by 2. Because in the case of 5 and 0, we add them, divide by 2, you get 3. Or you get, or whatever, 2.5, 2.5. But in the case of -5 and -2, you add those together, it'd be -7 divided by 2 would be 3.5. 3.5, which is in the center. Okay. I think that's a lot better use case. Okay, yeah. We need to add them together. Add those together, divide by 2. Booyah! We did it! We did it! Alright, add second player. Ah! Now we need like a zoom. Okay, we have the camera focusing on both of them. Now we need to zoom. Kind of curious a little bit of what I gotta do for a couple things. All right, I think we got that done. I don't know if I want to handle zoom right now. How do I handle zoom? I don't know. I think I'll have to figure out how to do zoom here very shortly. Let me think. Okay, actually, okay. I think this is good. This is a good stopper to today. There's another thing I gotta do that's just gonna be like a little bit fast or quick. So I need to set up one more use case of if start is pressed. I gotta do that right here basically. This is gonna be menu action. We're gonna call this menu action. Format player index input new. It's gonna be player index, and it's gonna be joy button. Start. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta do this right here. This is gonna be menu action. This is gonna be menu action event. Menu action event, all the menu action event. Okay, and then I need to go to my settings thing. So if event is action pressed or event dot is action is action pressed, and it needs to be. Let me go back to this game settings and just grab. I don't know how if this thing can do regular expression now I think about it. In Godot. I need regular expression. I need a regular expression. Frick. I'm kind of like screwed here for a second here. I'll have to figure out how to do regular expression on this later. I think we're gonna end it there. Thank you everybody for watching. If you stopped on in, I'll see you next time. I think we got some pretty cool stuff done today and all that stuff. And my dog understands English because every single time I say that, my dog is like, "Oh, I know it's ready to go," even though I've been talking this whole time. It makes no sense to me, right, Faye? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that? All right, everybody. Thank you all.